Her family originally came from Dr. Dewey's, early doctor in Mississippi, and he came down from Philadelphia. And the reason was, the reason was Dr. Dewey's, who I talked to a doctor friend here in my congregation and said, you know about William Buss Reeves? He on the campus of the university, he was a god.
Really?
His portrait is the one that's seen in that book.
Right. And he developed the forceps? Is he the one?
Yeah. He's one with pioneer. He sort of invented almost obstetric midwifery.
Mm-hmm.
He used to be called midwifery. And can you imagine before they polished wood too well, pulling the baby out with a wooden?
Mm-hmm.
Now they have steel. Now they don't. But he's one of the fathers of that, just part of science. And the one that gave me the book on the Dewey's family, on the system of midwifery, the book I have upstairs, was an OBGYN in Charleston, whose daughter committed suicide.
Oh, really? Who was it?
Married a Simmons.
It wasn't the
Luke
wearing
Simmons'
guy.
daughter.
Not the wearing guy.
No. He was.
Remember the girl that was murdered? That was a
Yeah, that's the. Oh yeah. And you know, I read it in the paper, or they told me about it. So I called my friend, who was the lay head of the diocese, chancellor of the diocese of South Carolina. And I said, "Would you tell Tom I'm just really sick over this?"
Mm.
And she said, "No, you talk to Tom. He'd love to hear from you." But Tom's one of the ones that kind of helped us move to Nashville.
Did you ever watch the 48 Hours show about that whole incident?
I did.
Yeah, that's what
I did. And Tom Waring's very private. His father was the eloquent segregationist editor of the News and Courier, and members of his staff were paid for by Southern Rhodesia, by Rhodesia. And that was the Charleston Rhodesia connection before Rhodesia got free.
I'm jumping all over the place.
Yeah, that's all right.
The guy that fell off the guy that delivered the baby and fell off the wagon and it was killed. Which doctor was that?
Waring. That was a Waring family, but another branch of
You
it.
mean in our family?
Yeah.
That was the
No, you're talking about
grandfather that was
Waring.
the doctor.
Who was the doctor that died at night after delivering a baby on our family? Who was that?
I'm sorry. He was a Wiggins.
He was a Wiggins. Was he connected with the Dewey's line?
Wiggins married a Cabinus, and the Cabinus was the mayor of the town.
Jackson.
Yeah, so mayor's grandfather was the mayor of the city.
Right.
So she wanted to move back to Jackson.
Right.
People in Marshall, Texas didn't give a damn about Mississippi.
Right. But the Wiggins, was he related to the Dewey's?
He married the Dewey's.
He did.
Daughter of Dr. Oscar Dewey's, who, so I tell you, Philadelphia, Dewey's had 5 sons who were all doctors. One died. One founded NYU Medical School, one of the founders, and the other 3 moved south and married Southern girls, but whose parents had plantations. So he actually had a book with the names of people that Mayer had put barred and had to give back. I don't know what happened to that book. It's historic, but it's good not to. You might put in jail.
Who was the Dr. Wiggins that?
Okay, Doctor.
How was he related to Mayer, the one that died on the horse?
Mayer's maiden name was Wiggins.
Right.
And her father was my grandfather Dadu.
Right.
Blake Baker Wiggins.
Right.
And his father was Dr. Wiggins,
Okay.
who came down from North Carolina and married the daughter of the plantation owner.
Mm-hmm.
Edwin Cabinets, I knew who he was. I grew up on who's that? Was the mayor of Jack. He lived in Clinton, which is a suburb,
Mm-hmm.
and he had 12,000 acres. And so when Dr. Wiggins married his daughter, he gave him, he gave Daddy 1,000 acres
Mm-hmm.
and built him a lovely 4-bedroom house,
Mm-hmm.
which didn't cost much. I mean, so that's the house that I remember as a boy, 6 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Way out in the country.
And that's in Clinton?
No gravel roads, nothing but gravel.
Was that in Clinton?
It's between Clinton. Yeah, you went to Clinton and made a turn.
Have you ever visited that house again, or is it still there?
They tore it down because they built U.S. Highway 80
Mm.
all the way, first highway to go all the way across, went right through Daddy's farm.
So if I've driven through there on 80, I've driven right through it.
You've driven right through
Shit, isn't that funny?
it. And that, yeah, my family owned it. And when Daddy died, I think, I don't know, maybe 500 acres still there. The problem is that it's on the east side of Jackson,
Mm-hmm.
and the east and the west and the south have turned into, but the South Jackson is,
Mm-hmm.
and the place where Dr. B.B. Wiggins is buried, we saw that tombstone. You may have seen pictures of it.
Right.
It says, born, died in 1866.
That's when he died.
He's the one, Dr. Wiggins, delivering a baby. Why a man delivering a baby, except he maybe been trained by Dr. Dewey's
Mm-hmm.
to be a specialist in that. So he was a doctor, and doctors did everything. So, delivered the baby, 3 in the morning, he was dead tired.
Right.
And he started to get off his horse, and he got one leg off, and some noise startled the dog, the horse, and the horse took off and dragged him to his death.
Right.
So Daddy, my grandfather, doesn't remember his father. But the widow of Dr. Dewey's
Mm-hmm.
married 4 times.
Wow.
Did married my great-grandfather. Then he married Kernan Robinson of Robinson Springs, where there's artesian water
Mm-hmm.
that everybody wanted to have.
Mm-hmm.
Jug,
Mm-hmm.
artesian jug. Married a Moore from Charleston,
Mm. Like Benmore?
Kent. No one wanted to claim him.
Mm.
And then went back and married the brother
I refer